So I think it's nice if we can round that up before we head into something else. So I'm going to share my screen. Can you guys hear me clearly? Can you guys hear me clearly? If you can, please. Okay. That's good. So I'll be very fast because I think I have a little issue with my alternative power supply. So this was actually what we were trying to create in the last class. So let me see the HTML. Let me see something. Okay. So we're actually trying to see how we can use JavaScript to give life to this very particular login form. So we head back here. I think we captured some major things that the. So let me just go over and see what we did. Okay. So let me see. Selector. Let me use this. Let's see something. Okay. So I'm missing to save anything. Moving this out of here. So we're trying to see if we captured the button event, the event listeners we added, if it's actually working. So let me see. Let me test out this. Okay. So you see the event listener is not responding. So let me try refreshing this and see. Let me see what I did over there. Okay, I'm console login netly. So let me just check. Uncut property in JavaScript 72. So let's see what happened in 72. So let's refresh. 74. Okay, let's remove it on my. Let's see. Okay, that was the issue we had. So let me just remove this young man so that it doesn't disrupt us. So we see that the event listeners are working. So let's try to change the text of this. So send text content. So change it to loading. So the person know that is loading. So let's see. Have I saved? No. So so save the changes, go back, click on it. Okay. So this is working. So let's see. So what we actually want to achieve in this place is that when the user click on this form, if the forms are not filled correctly, it's going to flag an error. If it's filled correctly, then it's going to send a post request. But on the aspect of the post request, we are not going to do anything in respect to that. But I just want to show you something in this. So let's just continue. So let me just show you how to capture these things. So we can put it in this event listener of the form. So what I did here now is that I added an event listener to the form. This is the form, and this is where we grabbed it here. My form document.querySelector form. So with this now I'm selecting the form, but there's a little issue with this now. So selecting this now with the form element here, it means that if, for example, we have another form here, it's going to give us an issue. So most cases, that is why we use the ID, but I've used the ID in this particular tutorials here now. I've used the ID. Okay, I think I've used the element selector here, but I'm just trying to let you know the various ways that you can use to get your DOM element. So for the fact that we just have only one form element here, so that's why I just felt it's okay for me to use that method, since it's not going to give us any error. But in your own case, you just need to be careful so that it doesn't give you error. So let's just continue. So what I want us to do, notwithstanding, please, if you have any question, if you are not hearing me, if you need me to speak more louder than this, please just do it to call my attention. Drop your comments or your question on the room chat so that I can easily respond to that. So let's just dive into it. So I think we are good to go. So here, okay, so but we need this to return back after a while. So I think we're going to do that here. What's happening? So let's go back to the JS option. So let's see if we've captured all what we needed. Okay, we've captured the track email, then the student's name, then the error message. Okay, these are just basically what we need. So here now we're going to check. We're now saying now if student name dot value is not equal to null, and what else, email dot value not equal to, so this is a strict equal to, not equal to empty string, and also what else are we capturing? We are capturing the track value also is not equal to empty string. So what do we do? So here, that means if this is not empty, that means everything is correct. So but I just want to show you another validation that we can also include in this thing. So here now we'll have both 3 tracks, or maybe let's just use a 2 track. So let's check if the person is registering for front end or back end. So these are just the 2 basic tracks that we'll be using. So if these things are not empty, yeah, that means the person imputed something into it. So what we're going to do here is that we'll now check the track. So we'll now see if track dot value dot to lowercase, yeah, I think lowercase, not equal to, let's say, back end, and also, and if let me just copy this because I had the same thing I'm doing again. I'm just repeating it here, but this time we're passing a different value to it. So here we'll have a front end. So if it's not front end, so we'll say error, have error message here, error message dot text content. Sorry, we only have front and back end tracks currently. So I will now add a style into this. We'll now say error message dot class list dot add. We'll now say we'll give it a warning. So let me see, it's like I used that class. So let me see if I have it there. Okay, is error. So now we will have to create that. So we don't have that's in our list here. So in our CSS here, we'll have let's quickly create that class. We'll have error. So for error, we'll have a font size. Font size, let's give it the 14 pixel. Then give it the color property. So let's give it the color property of red. Then also give it the font width of let's say we're giving it at 600. So also the same thing. That's what we're going to have here. We'll have the same thing here. Just copy this. Paste here. For this time around, what we're having is okay. So morning. We also have success. So that's the color that is going to change. So for success, let's use let's use this. So let's use this color for success. And for warning, so let's use this color for warning. So we save this. So we'll go back here. So we're adding the warning class to it. So let's save this. So here we'll check if this. So else if nothing, if the person didn't put anything. Let me just copy this here because of time. Add this here. So the message here is not going to be here. So see valid credentials. So here I'm going to have our error. So it's going to be a class of error. So here let's give it a timeout. So here we're giving it a timeout. Let's see after 3 seconds. So you should return back. So after 3 seconds, so after 3 seconds, let's return the nbt dot text content. So what is the text content? So let me just check this here. I need to register. So we'll bring it back to what? Register. So after 3 seconds, So now return back to register again. So let's just test what we've implemented. There's an error somewhere. Where am I having the error? Okay. Yeah, I have an error here. So I think the error is gone now. No error again. Yeah, nothing to having any error. No. So let's check what we've implemented so far. So here, let's see. Okay, we'll fill this. So let's see. Let's try and see if there's going to be error. Open up on this. Okay, you see invalid credential because we didn't actually complete this. So let's also do something here. Preferred track. Now see design. Okay, so sorry, we have front end and back end tracks currently. Okay, I think this is working. So let's see. Okay, let me try to check something. So because we didn't use a drop down here, so the user might actually do what I just did here by selecting a back end and adding a track, or selecting a front end and adding a track. So as a developer, these are the things you put into consideration. So because sometimes users can be very funny, they just impute a random text for you, or maybe invalid data. So you should just try your best to make sure you catch all possible exceptions. So let's try to catch this. So we'll go back to this place here now where we declare this. So instead of track.value.lower, instead of having it like this, so we're going to do something. So we'll see if this dot to lower dot, so now say dot include, is it includes or contains? Yeah, I think it should be includes. And sometimes I miss all these things up. They are coming from C#. I'm mixing it with the JavaScript. So let's see. I think C# is a contain, while JavaScript is includes. I think I'm right. But let me just see if I mix the things. So dot includes backend. So now with this, now it will now check the input in the personal. Okay, so we are using not here. So that means if it does not include it, if it does not include it, if this is not included, this is why I was getting that error previously. So let me remove this one. So let's confirm if including, I made mistake on that. So here you see back end track. Let me see. Okay, so because we didn't capture anything for success, so that's why we're not getting anything on it. Let me just use the same dev design I used previously, design track. So we'll see, say front end or back end track. So there's something I also want you to understand here. this place. Now notice that I have used dot to lowercase in this place. The reason is this: you don't know which particular format the user is going to input his or her data, if it's going to be all caps, if it's going to be sentence case, or it's going to be lowercase. So for you to capture this now, you need to convert the two values now so that they will be in the same this thing. So if they are going to be in the same, the best way, just make it all lowercase or capitalize. So now you can be able to now compare your values. So if I just did this dot include, if I just leave it like this, I might possibly get error when, yeah, I'm going to get error when the person use all caps. So but with this now, no, even if the person use all caps, you are still going to get the desired result you want. So let's just try that out. So let's see here. We'll now use design track. So let's register. You see I'm still getting the same thing. So if, let's see, I use front end. So if we use front end, so notice how I mix these things. I have a small letter at the beginning, then the rest I capitalize, but it will still give me the same result because it converted this thing now to lowercase letters. So you see how we're able to now get this. So let's just try to make it look better a little. So let's implement for the success. So if it's successful, so here we've actually catch the error. So we are saying if this, then this. So if it's this, then if it's this. So here we are saying, okay, let's put the return here so that the other code won't execute. So if is this, then it will abort. Else, then we'll now have a error message. Error message dot text content will now be equals to registration was successful. So here we're now going to attach to it, let's say error message dot class list dot add. We'll now add a success. So but there's one thing again. So but I just want us to see, because if for instance it has it flagged error in the previous section, so you now have a error class attached to it. So now if you are attaching a success class, now you now see that this particular error message now will now contain all the class, and the way CSS works, that is going to pick the last class. So but let's just test it out and see what we're likely going to have. So just see design track. Okay, so here let's also see what we are supposed to have here. Okay, yeah, so we'll just change the track. So let's change this. say back end. So let's just check this and see. So this is our form. So you can see this is the P element. So you see that it has that error, it has the warning, and it has the success. So but due to the way CSS class selectors work, looking at this place here now, the reason why that success was displayed here, when you look at this place now, I have success as the last class here. So let me show you what I mean here. So we have this now. So let me just make this to give us error. So that so with this here now. So you see that it added the warning, but it retained the class property of success. The reason being that success is the last in these CSS properties I listed here. So for us not to be having this now, so what we are going to do, the only solution we are going to do is that here we can use if statements. We'll use if statements. So to add this this here, we'll now see, because we are dealing with error and warning. So we'll now see if error message. Okay, we can do something like this. Error task list dot okay. We can replace it. Replace it with success. So and error list. So let's see that again. And so you just see that you have a different option. You can remove those classes, but I'm just looking at alternative way so that you don't have to write much code. So let's just look at this and see how we can be able to achieve it. So let's first of all go with the error. So you see we had error here. So now let's go with the success message. So we'll have a front end here. So let's see. Okay, we're still having the error here. So let's see what's happened if the class was actually injected. So let's see. So we'll have only warning. We'll have warning here. Okay, yeah, that's the warning that we're supposed to have. No. Yes, sorry. This front end. So the success message is not here. It's not include backend, yeah. So but if it includes, it should give you a success message. Okay. So the best way, let's just remove. So let's just remove it. We'll do class list dot remove. Remove the warning. So let's just do it this way, just for sake of time. Class list dot remove. Sorry about my typing. Remove error. So you remove those two. And you now add the one you want to add. At least dot add success. So, but you can overcome all these things if you are using a framework. Maybe you are using a CSS. I say CSS Bootstrap. So there's a way you can actually get all these things done. So invalid credentials. So let's see. So let's get this. Okay, so now let's put front end. So let's see. Sorry, we have only this at the moment. Yeah, it includes so if it doesn't include this and it doesn't include this. Okay. So it's and because we want it to evaluate when this and this returns are true. So if it doesn't include this and it doesn't include this, so we'll have a front end, maybe, yeah, and we'll have a back end. So sorry, blah 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 blah. So let's save this file and see. So registration successful. So let's check what we've implemented so far. I want to see design. Okay, it's still picking up this. Still picking it up. So what we're going to do is that the same thing we did here. Before we add this young man here, I'm going to remove the other classes. So here we're going to remove success. I'm going to remove success, and I'm going to remove the warning. So also, where are we passing out our warning? In this place too. Or we're going to remove the other guys. So with this now, you see that we won't be having those errors. So you see, let me see design. Okay, so I think we've actually overcome this. So there's something again I just want to show you in order to speed up your development. So let's say, for instance, we want to add a shadow to this. There's this site that I always use most of the time. So let me just quickly go to it. So I think I have where is it? Okay, yeah, I think I discovered this, I think 3 days ago, this particular one. This is not the one I've been using initially. So here, yeah, this one is for animation. This one is for animation. So if there's anything you just want to animate, so this where, okay, let's try to animate rotate scale. So if you want to animate something, you can go here, linear. So you choose what you want to do to it. So you using. So this normal, so this is where you just set it. If you want it to be infinite, then you select here. So I think let me see. I was thinking I have that in here, but I don't have it here, and I don't think I have the size of heart. Don't have it of heart. But I think I'll share that with you. I'll share that with you later. So, but that's what I use anyway to get a shadow. So let's just add shadow on our own to the form. Let's just add our own shadow. So I wanted to show you the this thing, the easiest way for you to just pick up any shadow you want and add to it. This button over. So just give it a box and shadow. 12 pixel and hash C4 and I think, let's see, let's get this here. So let's see, I gave the wrong guy. Give the wrong guy shadow box. So this is not where my shadow is supposed to be. So I gave the shadow box to the input, so it's supposed to be on the form itself. So okay, so you see, we've actually given this form a shadow property. So I think we don't have much time. So let's just see. So basically what you do most of the time is that you make sure that your styling is okay on whatever you want to do. So what I just wanted us to achieve, which of course we've actually done that, how to like validate your input. Okay, suppose maybe we have, let me just create another page. So here let me just call it dashboard .html. So we'll have this here now. So dashboard. Here we'll have something like let's see. Page one. Welcome to the universe. So we'll have this here. It's a mix file. So over to your JavaScript here. So what we'll do here now, once this thing returned success, so we'll now give a time function. We'll now say set timeouts. So let's do set timeouts. So after 2 seconds, you should navigate us to the next. You can now see window location we'll give it, let's see, you should navigate us towards dashboard. So let's save the changes and see if it works. So let's see the effects we are to have here. So we'll have this, we'll have a Frontend track. So let's see. Okay, so you can't get dashboard, blah 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 blah, not found. So why not found? So why not found? No. Okay, let me see something. Come on, let me just check something. Yeah, let me give you this. Okay. So let's save this. So this should be .html. That's why I'm getting the error. So let me see. Let's try it again. So still showing can't get this. Okay, let me see if I can navigate to it from the index and find out what exactly dashboard. So let's see. So here. So why am I? So this was I think I'm using the wrong listing here. Window location. So let me see. I've actually so like what I did previously href. I mean, that's how I use it on React. So I got carried away. So I was thinking I'm still coding on React, not knowing it's a Babel JavaScript. But for you to navigate to another different page from this is what you just do. Set it to the home page. So from here now, maybe if you want to style this, maybe design it very well. So you can just do that from here. So I don't know, is there any question you have on this? We have about just 6 minutes on this particular class. But the class is meant to last for just an hour. So, but in the next class, what I will do is that we are going to build fresh as a complete application. I'll try to be fast on that particular class so that we'll be able to finish up on time. It's going to be just a kind of a chat application. We just basic. So we'll just see how. But in this very class now, I'll give time for question and answer. If you have any question, you can drop it on the chat so that we'll respond to it. Or you have it, yeah, if you have any question actually, but not necessarily on this particular class. Let me just make it open that way. So anything at all so far. If you have question regarding it, just drop it so that we'll be able to trash it out and move on. So I'm aware you've been taught by Mr. Marvelous on how to use CSS framework like Bootstrap and Tailwind. So in order to make the next class very fast, I'll be implementing most of the things that we're going to do using Bootstrap. So I'm going to show you how to use Bootstrap. Or probably just go over it, go to documentation, Bootstrap documentation, then see it. Possibly, if you have any challenge or you have any issue regarding it, just post it on the channel so that we'll be able to trash it out before the class, or maybe just 5 minutes on implementing, because yeah, I would like need to do in an hour. So is there any question from anybody? Hope you guys can hear me in the first place. If you can hear me, just type something on the channel. Can anyone hear me? Okay. So if you can hear me, just type something on the channel. Let me know. Let me just be sure that you guys are following what's going on. Okay, Mayowa said he can hear me. So Mayowa, do you have any questions so far? Do you have any questions so far, Mayowa? Does anybody have any question? Okay, Maya said he doesn't have any question for now. So basically, let me just go over what we've done. So you can just take your time and just go look into it. So from here now, if you look at what I've done here, so I've basically showed you how, though I didn't pronounce it, how you can toggle your CSS property. So you toggle it using a class list. So you use a class list to remove a particular property. So like for this, where is it? Okay, this main here now. So if I want to like, not this young man. Okay, on this navigation here. So if I want to like style, if I want to style the active, or maybe create, have an active class for this. So all I just need to do is have the active class here set here. So what I'll do is on these buttons now, on this li, this li now, I add a listening an event listener to it that's going to listen to the click event. So whichever button that is being clicked will now be prefixed with the dot active CSS class. So basically, that's how you achieve those active classes in using your pure JavaScript. So I think maybe just try it out. Try it out if you can do it. Fine. Okay, just try it out and see if it's something you can be able to do. But if you have any issues regarding that, just do let me know. So I think we'll be drawing the curtain close for today's class. So see you guys on Thursday. But Thursday's class, I would like to appeal to you guys so that you come on time, because Thursday's class is really going to be very, very interesting. I'll be doing a lot of things, showing you a couple of things, and I wouldn't want you to miss the class. Just do yourself a favor to come on time, because we might not wait for people up to 5 minutes. I think highest 8:03 we've started the class, because we're going to cover a lot of things. So thank you guys, and do have a wonderful day, wonderful night rest per se.